Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, how are we doing? This is going to be my game review for Marvel's Avengers. Right now, finally this bad boy is out. It's actually in my top 10 games that I'm most looking forward to in 2020, and I've just finished it, and I've got to be fair, I've got some major mixed feelings. However, I just want to quickly say there's going to be no spoilers in this review. I know it says it in the title probably, but you know, I ain't about that spoiler life, do not worry. Right, so I guess the best place to start is right at the start with the story player. Now, the game opens up, and you've probably seen it, there's been multiple trailers, multiple gameplay trailers, multiple everything. It starts off with Avengers Day, which is like this meet and greet hero Comic-Con-ish thing. It's actually proper sick. Like, if that was a real thing, I would be buzzing, mate. And yeah, bad things happen, and there's a massive time gap of 5 years, and we start off the game there playing as Kamala Khan, and in that time, the Avengers, they're not together, mate. They're not together. They have they're gone, mate. They are properly gone. And then an organisation called AIM have basically taken over everything, I guess. They've got these robots with guns, and they are controlling the show now that the Avengers are gone, and the people, they don't like the Avengers anymore because of what happened on Avengers Day, or A-Day, whatever you want to call it, which I'm not going to go into spoilers in. But yeah, that is the basic story with no spoilers. Now, as I said, you play as Kamala Khan. To be honest, she's probably the main character in the entire game, to be fair. You play as her the most, which I was very worried about, if I'm being honest. I don't like Kamala Khan, mate. From the comics, I don't like her character. I never have liked her character. I gotta be fair, she definitely grew on me. Right at the start, she's like really young when Avengers Day is happening, and she's like proper cute, proper like, I liked her character a lot. Then they had the time gap, and I liked her even more. So, thankfully, that side of stuff was really good. Otherwise, the game would have been a total fail. Obviously, you play as all the other Avengers. You've got, you know, Captain America, Iron Man, Black Widow, Hulk, and Thor. You play as all of them, but to be fair, storyline-wise, Kamala Khan is definitely the lead, in the lead role. And yeah, the story basically is she's bringing the Avengers back together to save the day. That is your basic story. I'm very happy to say, ladies and gentlemen, the story is by far the best thing in this game. It is so good. It's got emotional weight. It's got tension. It's a brand new story. It doesn't connect to MCU. It doesn't connect to comics. It's his own thing, which I've got total respect for, man. Just, if the story was bad, this game could have been tragic. Now I want to talk about the characters. As I've said, the Avengers are in it. They are so good, mate. They are so good. Easily the second best thing in the entire game. The character models, they look so good. They look so good. Even like Bruce Banner, Tony Stark, Black Widow, they don't look anything like MCU, like Robert Downey Jr. They don't look like comic book style. They got their own style. The voice acting is so good. Like, I'm having a really hard time to think about who's my favourite character is. Overall, it's got to be Iron Man or Thor, just for the voice acting, the character models, the way they play. I'll talk about the gameplay in a minute. But as for the cast and the characters, the villains are good as well. I don't want to spoil it, just in case you don't know, but I'm very happy, man. The cast is so good. Everyone gives an A-star performance, man. Character models, all that character's goodness, that alone is a 10 out of 10. Straight up, it is so good. You know I'm a massive Marvel fan. If I didn't think that was Black Widow, if I didn't think that Thor doesn't act like that, mate, I would let you know straight up, but I'm very pleased to say they are on point. Now I want to talk about the gameplay. Now, this is hard to talk about. I like parts of it. I really did not like other parts of it. Basically, the levels play out the same. Like, you've got your center hub, and then you go and do your world missions. You bring like what Avengers you want on your squad. All that stuff I really enjoyed. But the actual gameplay when you're going into it, you've got like your light attack, your heavy attack, and then you've got like the triggers to do like certain different things. Iron Man can fly, Thor can fly. There's a lot of different things, but they're all kind of the same. You think like Thor throwing Mjolnir, that is so satisfying, by the way. Like, I could do that for hours. Just like God of War. It brought back that vibe. I love that. But like, you think he's got ranged attacks, obviously, and then Iron Man, obviously, he's got his repulsor blast and stuff. But then you've got like Kamala Khan with her stretchy ass arm, or Hulk, he picks up some rocks and throws it. It's just like, they all feel the same. It's really weird to describe. Like, they're different, they play different, but they're all really the same. Like, you have to play it to understand what I mean. And the game itself is pretty simple, mate. You go somewhere, it is an A to B zone, it's a straight line. The maps are normally massive, even though there's not too many of them. I think there's like 7 or 8 or something like that. There's not much, so don't get excited to see like some grand scheme of maps, because there ain't any. When you do load into a map with your squad, I can't explain it. It's like really wide, but really narrow. You can only go in a straight line. It's just really wide, which has got a bunch of loot crate stuff, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. It was good, I have to admit. Slapping people with Mjolnir, even the Hulk. I'm not a big Hulk fan. When you're the Hulk and you start smashing up these robots, it is really satisfying, mate. And like, you can destroy the environment quite a bit. It feels like you're an Avenger. If that's the best way to describe it, it feels like you are an Avenger. All that stuff's so good, but it gets repetitive well quick, mate. It's the same stuff, man. Even the enemies, they're just your bog standard adaptoid stuff, robots. You know immediately what you're going to be doing. Go to map, kill everyone. Right at the end, there'll either be a mini boss or it'll be some stupid thing where you have to stand in a ring, and it's so small, it annoyed me so much, that did. Stand in a ring until the bar goes to 100%, stopping waves of enemies, and then you've got other things like there's 3 checkpoints. Make sure you've got all 3 before the timer runs out. You've seen it 100 times. There's nothing new. I really wanted this game to be good, and I have so much mixed feelings. The story is so sick. The characters are so sick. The gameplay, I'm 50-50. When you're killing people, it's good. It gets repetitive quick, man. And you're doing nothing new. I think there's like 3 or 4 missions that are totally unlike any other missions. And the rest is the same, man. Straight up. That's so painful to say, mate. I know it's not an open world game. I knew that going in. But, mate, what is going on, man? It's all the same stuff. It's the same stuff, just with different Avengers or different loadouts or whatever. And now, speaking about loadouts, I guess it's time to talk about the thing that killed me, mate. Loot boxes. I hate these type of games. I hate them so much. It reminds me of Destiny. I liked Destiny for a little bit, and then it got dead, mate. And then, coming into this, it got dead well quick, man. I don't ever want to be the Hulk kicking open a little crate to get some stupid gloves, which you can't see, which is so dumb. Who come up with that? That is so dumb, mate. You can equip gear. You've got, like, you know, your gloves, elbows, torso, whatever it is. It does nothing. You loot stuff, like, you get it at the end of missions or you find it during the mission. It'll be like, you've unlocked some gloves. Cool, man. Let me check them out. You go to your character, you go to the glove section, and Iron Man or Kamala, whoever, it's the same thing. They're like that. And they've got, like, some transparent glove, and you're like, cool, man, can't wait to see it. Highlight it, because it'll be, for example, if you've got level 10 and the new glove's level 12, you know that 12 is better. It's simple maths. You click on it, nothing changes. Nothing changes, mate. Visually, all he does is, yeah. Nothing changes. Your stats change alone. Nothing else. It is so dead, so dumb, and it's random. Obviously, some missions give you stuff that you're guaranteed to get, but the rest of the loot boxes, if you see them, they are random. Dead. I'm going to be straight up, ladies and gentlemen. 5 hours into the campaign, I was walking past them. I was so OP. I knew how to play the game so good. I don't care about loot boxes. I don't care about gear. If I struggle, I might change the gear, and that is it. Also, I want to talk about your costumes. There are a lot in this game, like so much. But guess what? You got to pay for them. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say it right now. You can't. You cannot unlock all 6 or 7 characters, whatever it bloody is. You can't unlock all their costumes unless you use real dollars. Square Enix dipping their toes in the greedy pie, mate. What is going on? Microtransactions in an Avengers game? That annoyed me so much, yo. Like, after a few hours, your character's costumes naturally change as the game progresses. They're really cheeky, man, because you can actually see what's locked. So you can see, like, that costs this much. Go to the store, see how much it is in dollars. I didn't buy a single thing, and I'm telling you now, please don't buy it. Do not spend money. This game is a $50 to $60 game, and they've got microtransactions for stupid costumes, that loot stuff, that random progression, pay to win. Like, it's not pay to win, it's pay to look nice. But the random loot and the pay cosmetic stuff, it's a massive, massive no for me. It left me so salty in my mouth. I was so annoyed walking around opening stupid boxes to change the torso of Thor, which doesn't change in real life unless you spend dollars, mate. That is dead. That is so dead. When you play an RPG or whatever game and you unlock new loot, something should change. A tiny button, whatever it is, something should change. You know, oh, cool. My guy's changing. My girl's changing. Whatever. Not in this game, mate. Some transparent bullcrap. You unlock it and you look the same. Now I want to talk about the multiplayer. It's pretty much the same thing as a single player, except now you can play with your bros, which is pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. But the gameplay doesn't change. It's still the same. It's still the same maps. It's still the same thing. Go there, kill there, highlight this, secure this location, job done. Get some random loot. Nothing changes. Maybe in a few months' time, they'll upgrade things and they'll introduce new stuff, new missions, new ideas, just anything. But at the time of this recording, ladies and gentlemen, hella boring. It is so mundane, grinding, loot bullcrap, multiplayer. It is dead. I did not like it. I know people saying, oh, post-game, you could continue. Nah, bro. It is dead. For me, I like my single-player games. I play multiplayer games. I play COD all the time. I don't want to play Avengers, loot grinding with the bros. Are the same maps and the same thing over and over and over. That's dead, mate. Don't get me wrong, if you like that type of thing, and I know a lot of people actually really do like it, but I'm just saying, for me, I bought this game for the single-player experience. I'm letting you guys know that now. The multiplayer stuff comes with the game. I have to test it out. I did not like it at all. The loot stuff, I feel like if I keep talking about it, I'm going to start shouting and stuff. It really did annoy me. That was dead, mate. Now, also, this happened. Bro. Are you taking a piss, mate? Straight up, that happened 3 times, mate. 3 times my game crashed. It's up to date. The PS4's fine. Nothing bad's going on. It crashed 3 times and I had 5 bugs. Check this out, mate. That was bug 1 of 5. I didn't even record the other 4 because I was so annoyed. There is a lot of little things like that. One of the times Kamala got stuck in a sewer. The water was up to her neck. She was borderline drowning, but she could not move. Warping through enemies at the start. There's a lot of dodgy little things. I'm pretty certain they'll get ironed out when you get patches and stuff. Like I said, the patches for me at the time of recording, they are 100% up to date, but there's still a lot of glitches, a lot of dodgy stuff, mate. Now, overall, this game's really hard to like give it a score out of 10. The multiplayer, the loot boxes, that stuff is so bad. That dead gear, mate. Paying to get your cosmetics. All that's so bad. It's so bad. Nearly unforgivably bad. That is how bad it was for me anyway. The other things, like you upgrade your stuff, is so good. Like Iron Man, mate. Repulsor blasts, lasers, rockets. And all of them have different things like that. There's super moves and stuff. You can upgrade so much stuff. Genuinely, the tree of upgrades, should we say, is vast. There's so much stuff to do. That kind of outweighed it. But that loot box thing killed me, mate. So that stuff is 50-50. The gameplay for me is, again, 50-50. I love Marvel, mate. You give me a game where I can play as the Avengers, I'm so happy. But it got boring, man. It's the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Right to the end, bar 3 or 4 missions. I really like the character designs. And thankfully, the story is genuinely so good. But only lasts 10 hours. And for a lot of people, including me, that's a day, mate. That is 1 day and you are done. And for a game that's $50 to $60, I can't say, like, definitely go and buy it. Like, if you watch gameplay and stuff, bear in mind what I'm saying. That's how the game is. I'm not being mean to it. I love Marvel. It's one of my favourite things ever. Just, this game, mate, is disappointing, man. I think it's definitely better than average. But it was slightly disappointing. And yeah, for that reason, I'm going to give Marvel's Avengers 6 nerds out of 10. At the time of this recording, I haven't seen no one's reviews. I don't know any score on Google. I just want this to be my own thing. I am going to wait for Angry Joe because I hope he does a review for it. I've got a funny feeling Angry Joe is going to be screaming at the screen, mate. I really look forward to it, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, have you played Marvel's Avengers? Are you enjoying it? Did you enjoy it more than me? Have you finished it? Are you thinking about buying it? Please let me know in that comment section below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.